Welcome to On Topic with Stephanie and Nicole. Every episode, we are going to fire hose you with a whole bunch of information, knowledge on subjects that we've chosen just for you. Comes at you fast, and it's a lot, but hang on and get ready for the show. Make sure you like, comment, share, suggest, whatever it is going to be. Today, we're going to talk about multitasking. Stephanie is taking the pros, I'm taking the cons.
I know we
Let
got we got a
this
good old fashioned zero debate rules debate happening here.
Let's get ready to rumble.
That's
Ding, ding,
right.
ding, ding, ding.
Sometimes we've got the hotline open for calls. Today we're rumbling.
Mm-hmm.
First
All
of all,
right.
though, just kind of think in your mind, rate yourself 1 to 10. How good of a multitasker are you? Okay, you got that
Okay, so I'm
10?
going cons. However, I think I'm like a seven. I'm a 7.7 multitasker. I'm decent. I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would put myself right there too. I feel like I'm always doing more than one thing at a time. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then maybe a little bit about what science has, because Nicole, she's got some statistics.
I got
I'm
some.
going on, here's what actually happens. All right. Which side? So that's right, friends. We don't have a quote today. We don't have a book today.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you did? Okay, I
I
don't.
do. See, because that's mine are more scientifically based
Oh,
um
good.
arguments. No, my book is Stolen Focus by Johann Hari.
Okay.
And my quote is multitasking arises out of distraction itself.
Oh,
There you
shots
go.
fired.
Okay, so since I started with the book and the quote, you can start with the pros.
Okay. So here's your easy pro, and we've got a couple of points, and then we'll go kind of discuss and everything on that. This was a fun topic to dig into because um when we decided who would get pros and who would get cons, I was like, yeah, not a problem. We're talking about productivity, we're talking about number of tasks done in the least amount of time. We are talking about stacking everything, and then guess what happened?
You got really busy.
Well, no, it's not busy. I found the definition of multitasking kind of didn't match up with my expectation of multitasking.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So multitasking is doing two or more activities at the same time that are
Hmm.
different than each other. So it can't be like writing, um, I don't know, writing two letters. Wow, this is really bad. I should have come with better examples. But it has to be like two separate things in order to be
Okay,
considered multitasking.
okay.
And there's two types of tasks. Did you know that?
Enlighten me.
Okay, yes. So there's a physical task and there's a cognitive task.
Okay.
And the pros on the research is you can do two or more cognitive tasks at a time or two or more physical tasks at a time, but uh it's not very productive to do one of each at the same time. So is that a pro? Yes, because I still think that if you took the time that it took to do your physical task and you laid it on top of your cognitive task, it's still going to take you double the time. And the pro is you're likely going to save about a third of that time that it would have taken you to do both of those. Pro, you're getting more done in less time.
All right. Well, I'll skip to point number three that I had on how it is hard on your brain to multitask. And so we just don't have the bandwidth. We just don't have the bandwidth to multitask efficiently. And so too much multitasking can interfere with both your working memory and long-term memory. And then I'm reading this because I got to get this right. A study at the University of London found that participants who multitask during cognitive tasks experience IQ score declines that were similar to what you'd expect if they smoked marijuana or stayed up all night.
Okay.
And then there's one more. Researchers at the University of Sussex in the UK compared the amount of time people spent on multiple devices, such as texting while watching TV, and they did MRI scans to their brain, and they found that high multitaskers had less brain density in the anterior cingulate cortex, a region responsible for empathy as well as cognitive and emotional control.
All
So
right.
on your phone while watching TV makes you less empathetic and control of your emotion in control of your emotions.
Because you're what? Why does that have
Just
anything to do with each other?
I don't know, but so the MRI said.
Okay, that's what you're bringing. Uh, the second point for the pro is that you get to learn more and do more because you're practicing multitasking.
Okay. And I agree with that because like my favorite multitask is listening to books on audiobooks or podcasts while I clean. It's
Hmm.
the only way I can clean because I hate cleaning that much. And so if I can at least learn while I'm cleaning,
Yeah.
then
So what I think I just heard you say is that that distraction is a good one.
yes, for
Some
sure.
distractions are
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm totally even learning these stats, I'm still pro multitask. I'm gonna let you win because I am pro multitask. But all right, so what would be my arg do you have more on that?
uh
You learn-
no, that's pretty much it. So I just, in my brain, I get to um sometimes you're dipping your toes in on a task and sometimes you're going all in. And so to go to the con side or maybe just to learn skill side, I have to know where I am in that and how experienced I am in those tasks. Otherwise, it's not muscle memory. And then I wouldn't do a task with that other task. So you have to pick what tasks you're doing together.
I know that there's some things that like when I'm working on my website, I need full focus. I can't even have TV on in the background, that kind of stuff, because it's such a trying to remember everything because they just don't do it enough, you know. And so trying to remember everything, I'm complete focus when I'm doing that. I even turn off my Facebook so nothing can ding. I turn my phone off, those kind of things. I try to. If I need to get a lot done in a short period of time. If I'm like, woohoo, I'm just sitting here working on stuff, having fun, that's one thing. But if you
Okay,
got deadlines and that kind of stuff,
right.
I don't multitask on
Okay,
that. Okay. All
next
right.
up.
So I'm going to talk about we are not wired to work on things simultaneously because it decreases productivity. They say it takes an average of 23 minutes to regain focus when you're switching back between things. I think that's a lot. I would say like maybe two or three, but I think 23 minutes to regain total focus seems like a lot. It reduces efficiency by 40% and it reduces our comprehension, attention, and overall performance. And we're more likely to make mistakes if we're multitasking.
Got it. Um, and my third point has to do with focus and flexibility and how they work together. Because if that's what the average is at 23 minutes, do you think that we can shorten that? Yes, I think we
Yeah.
can. And then we're deciding, flexible which way on how we use our brain or how we use our physical body. But an example for me, I'm always either creating content, whether it's video or like Nicole said, the website stuff. I'm waiting for things to buffer. I'm waiting for them to save. And so if you've ever seen the Chrome windows where 30 of them are open, I'm probably actively working on 5 of them, but I'm also using other tools. So I have a second screen. I have an actual list of the tasks that I'm actively working on. And then I'm closing those out. So um, I think that that's a pro as well because you have to put yourself in an efficient spot. So the people that are walking and working at the same time, I think that's a pro. You're going to be in one place, and so you're getting some of that movement in as well, which I think that we could find some statistics on movement creates creativity.
Oh, for sure. I come up with some of the greatest stuff during walks and that kind of stuff. Learn to, I just type it into my phone, in my Google Docs to remind myself of the great idea I had.
Right. So, okay, do you have anything else?
I do. So you talked about computers and mental or physical energy and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk about draining our batteries. And so it drains our mental energy. It stifles creativity,
Hmm.
and it doesn't allow us to get into flow, to get to our full potential. And then it reduces our ability to focus, increasing feelings of stress and impulsiveness.
Would you, and I would kind of push back on that a little bit because I think that there are some people, mostly people that are in those high stress situations who would disagree with that, just because we learn to live with that level of stress or that level of constant go, go, go. And again, all in all of our videos, we're just talking about skill, skill, skill. And so I think that this is a skill too. And you also have to understand if you're not good at it, or maybe you've asked for some feedback on your ability to multitask, which I would recommend that you do, or just really pay attention and give yourself a little audit on that. If you're not good at it, don't do it. Texting and
Yeah.
driving is not okay.
No, that's for
Okay.
sure one example that there's no scientific proof at all that that's okay.
Right. So, and I'm not here to say, you can put eyeliner on and drive. That would be multitasking, and that's two things that cause an unsafe environment. So, um,
I do floss my teeth with one of those little teeth flosser things at the lights
yeah,
because I'm a chronic flosser.
chronic flosser. But I think that flossing is that muscle memory. So we're not
Yeah.
usually thinking or using our head too much on that kind of stuff.
No, and
But
I use one of those things, glide things, so I only have to use one hand, not both. Not flossing like this.
oh, okay, 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 okay. So tools.
Tools.
But you're up in your kitchen and you're making dinner and you've got something on the stove, something,
Oh,
you know, thawing somewhere else. You're mixing up a salad and you're going through your recipe and then you've got something boiling. Those are all, the same thing. So if
hmm
you can keep them in the same, um, I, I guess that's probably, how would you call that? Because it's a little bit of cognitive and
process.
physical, but yeah, it's in the same category of things that you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Similar,
oh,
similar to
did
similar.
you learn anything in your research about task switching?
No, just that when you switch tasks, it takes 23 minutes on average to get back to
And
normal.
so when I was looking up the definition of multitasking and then that task switching, it sounds like is what most of us do, which is what's causing the the drain of the brain, if you will.
hmm
And that drain of the brain, in my opinion, comes from a lack of planning.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you sat there and you sharpened your axe and you got all that ready, I do believe, or in my, I can, I'm planning those things and then I'm going to task with them.
hmm Yeah. For me, Wednesdays are my day off, and that I have a to-do list 8,000 miles long, but I have learned how to prioritize it,
Hmm.
time it down to the when I'm doing this and when I'm doing that, so I can get all of it done. Because if I didn't have a plan for that list, I'd
Right.
maybe get 4 or 5 things. But today, I think I'm going to probably get 15 things
Oh,
done. Yeah. And so it just comes down to getting good at planning,
yeah,
preparing.
absolutely. And if you find yourself kind of in the clouds or needing some of that, maybe take a second look at some nootropics.
Yes. Can't live without those.
There are nutritional things that we are likely missing to help you with that focus, which
hmm
in turn helps you get more done, which I would consider some multitasking in there.
Yes.
Okay.
They have been very beneficial for Nicole, who cannot multitask at all. And since she had the baby borderline function, and she won't care that I'm saying this because she will tell you herself.
Oh,
And I just asked her the other day, I'm like, do you think that mind and body are working, which are nootropics and adaptogens? And she's like, absolutely.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
There you
So,
go.
a little bit of start to finish. Obviously, you have to see where you are in being comfortable with it and then give yourself a test at the end. Was I more productive or was I less productive when I was multitasking? Drop a comment below and let us know
Yeah.
what you think. Where are you? You pro or you
Yeah.
con? Give
Did
us
you disagree
a
with something we
story.
said? Do you want to, discredit my stats? Whatever, go to town. We want to hear what you have to think about this and try to, I mean, we're both on the same page, kind of, that multitasking can be good.
Yep.
So tell us more on why it's not. That's what
Yeah,
I want to know.
that's
I'm
what we're
always,
open
I'm
to.
always open-minded, but
But thanks for joining us for this version of On Topic. We hope you learned a little and loved it a lot. We love your
see
like, share, and comment. This is Stephanie and Nicole, and we'll see you next time.
you next time.